So everyone has been asking to see the van, but we just didn't want to park somewhere and rat it off specs. That's just not how we live.
No, so what we're going to do is we're going to show you Mitty as we use her on a nice little road trip from Sydney to Newcastle. Let's see how we go.
Let's go. Okay, so first up, the kitchen. We are currently north of the Hawkesbury River near Dear Robin. I think, yeah, Dear Robin. I think that's where we are. And we access the kitchen through the back. You'll see it's nothing fancy, it's a bit chaotic, but it's our kitchen. We do love it. So as you see, we have the gas tank at the back. We decided to put it at the back here because on top we didn't have enough space. And it just made more sense to put it here. It's locked. He has the keys. Ta 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 ta! The struts needs a bit of love as well, but we'll go maybe into those details later. So, kitchen, we decided to have like the kitchen at the back just because it made more sense for us. Originally, the kitchen was at the front and there was like a drawer where there was like this big stove and stuff, and it just didn't make sense for us to have the sink at the back. So there you go. We decided to put the sink here. Little pop-up sink right here, and really proud of Hayden. He like cut the hole and everything, and we also reused the little slides. And we just put the gray water tank over there and we pour like what's inside. And then we have the water, 40-liter water tank, which it's now turned off, but love it. It's like a bidet attachment. We don't use it for a bidet yet. Yeah, honestly, it's been really useful, really love it. And it also helps with like not wasting too much water comparing to like the last water feature we had. Here we have like all our toiletries, or like where we have the soap and the rags and stuff to clean the dishes. Right under that, we have our magnificent slide fridge. I think it's like a 20-liter fridge. Let's say it's a 20-liter fridge. Quite small, but it does the job. It can actually like pack a lot of things in it. Then we've got like dish rack, and we got our 2 stove burner top on here. We really weren't sure at first if we wanted induction or gas, but induction was going to use way too much electricity, and we only have 1 solar panel. So 2 burner stove. And when we want to use it, what we do, we either like get the table out or our 1.3 meter drawer plus the extension. And we're packing all of our food and like pots and pans and plates and everything. And finally, all over here, like we've got, again, toiletries. I feel we have like way too many toiletries in this van. I don't know how it's possible. At least we're clean. Coffee, very necessary. Little bin. And this is like attached with like Velcros. I did a pretty good job. And here we have like sauces, breakfast things, and we have a little basket to put fruits and vegetables. And here we have like spices and our teas, and a little dryer that I really like, still attached with Velcros as well. And in the corner here we have all like the fire extinguisher, like first aid kit, and a fire blanket. We still need to buy a snake bite kit. But overall, honestly, really like this kitchen. It's really useful. It's not the like first fit out we had in mind, but this was like way easier to build. And we love that countertop that we bought at Bunnings. It was pretty cheap, I think. It was a acacia wood, and it was maybe like, I don't know, $90 for the whole thing. And we just cut it, made a little like back thing, so that way it like the bed is separated from the kitchen. And honestly, it's a really functional kitchen, really love it. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the kitchen. Honestly, we're spending most of our time here, so when it's in the bed, it's in the kitchen. So we're pretty happy with it. Honestly, we have no regret. That's pretty much it for the kitchen. Now, on to the next one.
So one of my favorite parts of the entire van is our bed setup. We made sure that we got ourselves a really comfy one from IKEA, good old double bed foam mattress, and it makes sure that it keeps both of us nice and warm at night, which is just an absolute perk. The only downside with it though is the fact that we have literally no space between the top of the mattress and the ceiling.
So that's how we get into bed.
Oh man.
Very easy.
Very
It's
easy.
good. It's good because it means that we get to do exercise last thing before bed.
To make sure that we are nice and private inside the van, we do have curtains that can roll up and roll down, and even a little mosquito netting that we've fashioned out of magnets as well, to make sure that we can open up the windows at night if we need a bit of airflow. One thing that would be remiss of me to say though is the fact that we repurposed the material that was on the mattress. Correction, I stand corrected. Sol repurposed the material from the previous mattress in the old setup and used it to build a lot of character inside the van for the headboard. It is awesome, it's really, really nice, and the more compliments I give, the more head nods I get from behind the camera. So with the bed being so high, it meant that we gave ourselves a lot more storage. So right now it is a very much organized chaos kind of situation, but it does fit a lot of things. So we've got a huge drawer that's like a 1.3 meters long. I can't remember if it's like half a meter wide, and it just keeps coming out. Amazing. Lots of packing cells, best way of getting things in and out when it comes to your clothing. Highly recommend. Further in, we've got our table, chairs, electronics bag, we've got spare blankets, like the list is endless at the moment. And at the very, very back, behind all that storage, we've also got our electronics, which we'll get to at another stop. Okay, now, on top of the van, we've even got more storage, which is just exciting for me, because we've got ourselves a nice big roof rack plate, I guess you'd call it. And it came, when we bought the van, it came with this big green tub that you can lock as well. And we've got loads of our like snorkeling stuff, spare tools, that sort of stuff that we don't really use all the time, but we make sure that we've got it on us in case of emergencies or we want to have a fun time in the ocean. We've also got up here a spare jerry can, our laundry bag, which you can't really see, and also our 2 surfboards, as well as, what do they call them? Tracks. The little track things that help you get out of a really tight situation when you're bogged. And yeah, that's up top of the roof. Sure.
And also, we've installed 2 little baskets here to just put our hats and different other stuff in it, and it's actually pretty useful to have them there.
So when it comes to the bathroom situations, it's quite easy. Just follow me. Right there. So what? You find a private spot and you just go. Normally you would have a bidet and you just do that. I'm joking. Follow me, for real. Bear with me as there's a lot of wind, but no, what we usually do with the bathroom situation is that we just go in like public toilets, but we've experienced a lot of different type of toilets. Drop toilets, some good, some bad, some with toilet paper, some without. Public toilets like these ones. And the good thing about Australia is that there's free public toilet everywhere in the country, and it's totally amazing for a foreigner who is not used to it. And for showers, when we're lucky, we have hot showers. Otherwise, there's a lot of like beach showers around, or the good old wet wipe. So tonight, for example, we're very lucky because we get to have a hot shower.
Which is excellent. Excellent. Thank you very much, Newcastle Baths.
We thought about having like a portable toilet in the van, but I didn't feel like sleeping above my shit. That would be like in a compostable toilet or a plastic bag. So, yeah.
Oh, jeez. Sound like an old man. So we have two batteries, one that powers the car and one that powers all of our electronics. So everything from our cameras, computers, and phones, we get to charge inside the van so we can live off grid, which is just excellent. It also helps power up our lights and the fans within inside the van so we can see at night and also keep a nice solid airflow when it's hot inside the van. There's also a 1500 watt inverter as well as a C-Tech charger that makes sure that we have our second battery that powers everything fully charged when we turn the van on, but also it gets light, it gets charged from the solar panel on top of the roof, which pulls in, I think, about 18 volts or something like that when it's on a sunny day. I don't know very much about all the electronic conversions between watts, amps, and voltage, so at the end of the day, as long as it works, I don't really care. So welcome to our lounge, dining, basically our work area. Every single time that we set up for a couple of days, we always get the dining room table out, or just the fold-out table. And we got our chairs, making sure that it's nice and easy. Absolutely love this setup, if I'm honest, because anywhere that we go, we've always got a table and chairs. Some of the times it's a little bit tedious to set up, so we actually do set ourselves at some of the picnic and park benches, just because it's already there. And the good thing is it's comfortable, it's practical, and if it rains, we've got the option of having the awning, which is stuck on top. We can flick that out, which means that we've got extra area just to sort of stay dry. It means that, you know, we can pretty much have ourselves set up just about anywhere, which is fantastic. The only catch is it takes a little while to set up and take down. But a lot of the time, if we want to basically almost have like desk chairs, something where we're not sort of slouching or whatever, we do actually work in the front cabin. And I'll show you the front cabin while I'm here. So obviously it's a two-seater, it's a manual. We've even got the option of four-wheel driving in high and low. We haven't used those out yet just because we've not been on beaches or needed to do any serious trails. We've got a glove box that holds all our hose pieces and even the tire pressure gauge, so that way we know just how much air is still in those tires. We've got a radio that's hooked up to only one of the speakers because, again, it's a little old. Not entirely sure what to do about that electronic part. We've also got a stick-on Velcro pouch that helps hold all our sunscreen and basically anything that we need just quickly on the go. Also behind the front seat, most importantly, is the 1500 watt inverter that basically powers all the inside of the car, like I was saying before. And finally, on the other side, obviously we've got the steering wheel, wipers and indicator, a fuel tank that kind of reads that everything is a little bit off. And what I mean by that is we think we get about 400 Ks per tank. We think it's about 45 litres. We're not sure. Behind the driver's seat, similar to the passenger seat, we have that C-Tech charger that I also mentioned before. And it would be remiss of me to miss out on the horn, because usually the horn is on the steering wheel. However, because that is totally busted, probably from old age, we've actually got a tiny little button that's on the side labeled horn that toots off, but it's not very intuitive because usually everyone hits that instead of that. We've also got coat hangers that we're utilizing quite well for umbrellas and other bags and stuff. And finally, we also have a 40-litre water tank that is underneath the van. And 40 litres of water lasts us about a week or so. And that's with dishes, drinking, all the rest of it. So it lasts a while, which means that we can be off-grid for quite a while as well.
You can be off-grid with carrot and hummus too.
So that's pretty much it for the van. Like, she's small, she's stocky, She's a bit messy, but we do like her, and for a first van, it's pretty good. Like, she takes us where we want to go, and that's perfect. So if you want, you can just leave in the comments, what are your thoughts about our van?
And for those of you who are interested, we have spent more than our budget this month, clocking in at a very solid 2,500-ish bucks, which kind of hurts.
Yep.
More than 600, more than $600 was sent into Mitty to make sure that her tires were solid and also the oil was all topped up. Bye, Mitty.
Bye, money.
We also did fork out a couple of dollars on some nice gear, so that way you actually understand what we're saying.
That's for you guys.
It's for you guys. We do this for you. I don't know why I'm spitting at you, but it's for you.
And we also spent money on a SSD to edit better and to not lose all of our footage, because that's what was going to happen.
Our last hard drive was nearly going to go kaput. Every single time we used it, it didn't like us. And so this new one hopefully doesn't do that.
Anyway, so far, we don't know how long we're gonna last,
No.
because we've been over budgeting for the last 2 months.
Yeah. And we keep saying that there's other excuses, but
The excuse is we're not good at budgeting.
it keeps adding up regardless, is basically what we're trying to say.
So again, maybe we should start a little GoFundMe.
Oh yeah, start a GoFundMe. Keep us on the road, please.
So if you would like to continue watching us on this journey, please don't forget to like and subscribe if it's not already done. We love you very much. See you next week for a actually really different video, but really fun video.
Yep. Yep.
Thank you.